Sooner Nation, welcome back to the Sooner Surge for a little bit of Hoop Talk Basketball Edition. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do that. We got our guy Brody who's able to give a lot of information, part of the Sooner Surge, especially with the basketball season coming up. So make sure you are part of what's going on because we will have a lot of basketball videos being dropped on the daily. So click the button, turn on those notifications, like and comment. Exciting time as you are in the end of football season, second half of football season, but you got basketball hoops right around the corner. So let's talk a little basketball. Porter Moser met with the media. You had Big 12 Media Day, 7 to 10 days ago or something. So, yeah, let's get right started into it, Jay.
Yeah, he met with the media there in Norman today. First thing he did was address the roof leaks in Lloyd Noble. He's really pushing for a new arena. They need that to happen. I mean, I like Lloyd Noble. I like going to a game there, but they got to fix it. They got to get that new arena ready. They got to approve it. Whatever needs to happen, it needs to happen. That's first thing that Porter said. But he's really trying to. I think he said he's trying to figure out that fifth spot in the rotation. And when you go 9 or 10 deep, it's hard to get kind of if you're not getting guys with a lot of minutes. Try to get them into the rotation. It's tough. He's trying to figure out that fifth spot. So that's probably over the next few weeks what they're going to try to figure out. This team is going to be totally different, guys. Sooner fans, totally different team than what you watched last year and the first 2 years under Porter Moser. Way more athletic.
Yeah.
Way more athletic.
Yeah, you heard that at Big 12 Media Day that he talked about how much more athletic they are. That he knew that they needed to be more athletic and they needed to play faster. Two
Yeah.
things that they're going to do. They're going to play faster. It's going to be more up tempo. Look, I'll be the first. Porter Moser's defense has always been, they get after you. They get after you. I'll give kudos to that. But let's be honest. The last few years that he's been, well, really since he's been on campus at Norman, the athletes have not really been that much as far as athleticism. Now, that seems to be turning the tide with what he's done in the transfer portal and bringing some guys in. So it's going to be exciting to see what this team looks like opening game as far as up tempo pace. They definitely have some returning guys. You got Uzan and Ortega Way. Those two guys that are back that were super elite athletes last year should only be better. And then you got some other guys off last year's team that are going to provide a lot of minutes as well, Jay.
Yeah, Sam Godwin's a guy to watch. Obviously a walk on last year on Scully now, and he's gonna he played really well last year. I think it was a surprise to a lot of people. I look for him to continue to improve. But Uzan's a guy. I mean, he's a true sophomore, and he's basically the leader of this team. I mean, if I feel like Porter Moser's kind of giving him as much as he can handle, and he just keeps taking it on. I think he's going to be a leader. I think you're going to see more scoring from him this year. I think he's worked on the shot and it's gotten better. I think Porter Moser said today he's improved in all facets of his game, on and off the field, off the court. So I think it's going to just be great. It looks to me, Jeremy, that just following them on Twitter and different things, it kind of looks like to me they're a little bit closer knit bunch maybe than what they've been in the last few years. That just may be me reading into things, but I feel like the chemistry is going to be really good this year. And let's face it, we've talked about this, Jeremy. Porter Moser, third year at OU. He's got to make the NCAA tournament. Has to. And it's going to be tough because the conference is elite.
It is elite, but it's a conference that probably gets double digit in teams in the tournament, maybe, possibly, even with the additions that got coming in. I mean, there's going to be tons, 3/4 of this conference going to be in the tournament. But you're right. If he doesn't get there this year, I mean, it won't matter if there's a new arena. It won't matter if he's pushing for one. I'm not sure how much longer they're going to give him if he can't make the NCAA tournament. Now, we'll see. But I expect him to be able to make the tournament this year with the additions they've had. Look, Luke Norweather is a guy that is shooting it really well. Now, I mean, Porter Moser is claiming he can shoot it really well, and he's a guy that can step out. He will present some matchup problems for opposing teams. And I think Godwin's just the guy that's honestly what I'm expecting from Godwin is just some putbacks, being where he's supposed to be, kind of being the big body in the middle. But Luke Northweather, I'm really excited about. I'm really excited about McCollum as well.
Yeah, McCollum's a guy transferred in. He's a star. He really is, and he's going to be elite for OU this year. I think even more so than what Grant Sherfield was last year. I think Grant Sherfield was a little bit like this, kind of up and down a little bit. When you agree, Jeremy? I think you're going to get more consistency from McCollum. And Grant Sherfield played a game that was kind of more, I would say, old school. It was I wouldn't say slower, but he was more slow paced in the way he played. Whereas McCollum's a guy he's quick, he's fast. It's going to be in your face, step back. I mean, he's a guy that's going to make a big difference for this team. And there's a few others that Brody, if you haven't watched the preseason video that me and Brody did, please go watch it. Kind of gave you a breakdown of every single guy on this roster. You're going to want to watch it and pin it so you can watch it and kind of keep an eye on it this year, because he really broke it all down for us. So make sure you go watch that video.
Yeah, and look, if anyone watched us last year, I was highly critical of Porter Moser. Okay.
Yeah.
Where I will give, and I haven't seen anything yet. We'll see what happens on the court, but where I will give him kudos is he has modified the way he's going to play with the speed and up tempo. So there's a feather in his cap there. Second of all, he's brought in some size, some thickness, some physicality with Hewley and some other guys. So I think that is boding well. Now, here's what I'm curious to see. You brought up McCollum, Jane, his tempo and how he's fast-paced. Will Moser allow some of these guys to do that, or is it all going to be in the scheme of the offense? But I expect it to be very much up-tempo, because that seems to be what OU has transitioned to. So I'm excited to see what that actually looks like on the court.
Yeah, and you mentioned the transfer guys, and basketball is a game you can totally change your roster in 1 year and be such a drastic improvement. It just, I mean, you get 2 or 3 guys from the portal and you all have great chemistry, you can be a great team. And so that's the positive thing, is they got some new guys. And I'd love Tanner Groves, I did, but the athleticism between him and Jacob and some other guys on that roster last year, it wasn't where Porter could run this type of offense and be fast paced. They just didn't have the guys to do that. He does now. So I'll be interested to see how he, like you said, how he's changed as a coach with this new up tempo, because I don't remember him ever doing that at Loyola. He's a Rick Majerus kind of disciple guy. So they never really were, I wouldn't say considered a fast-paced team. Maybe a few years there with Van Horn, maybe. But hey, kudos to him for changing it up, and let's see. Let's give him a chance. And last year they started out with the loss. Sam Houston first game, can't happen again. Let's go. They got a great non-conference schedule. Exciting times.
Yeah, and exactly what you said about look. Porter Moser's teams in the past, everywhere he's been, the longer he's been there, the better the teams have gotten.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go back and look at the history. Now, I will say that I think OU last year, had they gotten the tournament with Porter Moser, they probably could have upset a team. That's kind of what he's about. But I think he realizes you got to get there first, and this isn't a league that you can not perform well and get in the tournament. You've got to upset some people. You've got to be able to protect the home field advantage, and they haven't been great in Lloyd Noble. Sooner fans, let's get out there in droves and support this team. It's going to be more exciting, and we're excited to cover it and to have these videos on the daily for you. So make sure you are subscribed to our channel, because Brody's going to be bringing a lot, and the other guys are going to be bringing a lot as we are there to cover this Sooner team. So exciting times very soon up ahead, and let's pack the LNC when it gets here, guys. Till next time, Boomer.
Sooner.